Hello everyone, I am Nivedita Jana from Ambika Prasad Research Foundation. Welcome to all of you to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation. So in the previous part we have discussed about the density independent population regulation, and today we are going to learn about the population interaction, and in this part we are going to discuss about the intraspecific interactions. So let's start. So population do not exist alone in nature. They are found in the presence of many potential competitors, predators, and mutualists. Generally, a number of different species exert a direct or indirect effect on a particular individual because of vital processes such as growth, nutrition, and reproduction, which depend upon coaxins or interactions with other members, the same or other species. So the influence of living organisms is said to be biotic factors. A biotic factor hence is any living component in an ecosystem and that affects other organisms. The various mechanisms for these biotic influences are quite different from the way in which abiotic factors affect the size of populations. Biotic factors tend to regulate the size of populations more intensely, and the influence of biotic interactions can occur at two different levels. One is interspecific interactions, which are direct interactions between species, and the other one is intraspecific interactions, which represent interactions of individuals within a single species. So today we are going to discuss about the intraspecific interaction. So intraspecific interactions is the relationship among the individuals of the same species. It is only under extremely rare and unusual circumstances that an individual is the only representative of the species existing in a given region. And for most part of its life, it is constantly in interaction with the members of the same species. Such interactions between the members of the same species may manifest in the form of mating behavior, family formation, group formation, dominant subordinate relationship, and communication. And some of the more important forms of intraspecific interactions are discussing in the next slides. So colonization, an early manifestation of intraspecific cooperation in the evolution of animals, is the grouping of free-living protozoans to form colonies, and the further development of such colonies into multicellular metazoans that thereafter behave and respond as unit organisms. And various sessile metazoan animals frequently occur in colonies, often with structural connections between the different members of the colony. Such colonial forms include many coelentrates such as Obelia, Physalia, Corpita, etc. For example, the colonial hydroids exhibit polymorphism and division of labor in different individuals called zooids or polyps of the colony. And Physalia is a free-floating colony of polyps or zooids specialized into four major polyp types, and such specialization of polyps is called polymorphism. Whether the first gathering of protozoan cells to form colonies developed for better protection from some predator or environmental condition, improved utilization of food supplies, or more efficient reproduction, it is impossible to say. The colonial form, however, must have had some survival value. Aggregation. The term aggregation refers to the habitual occurrence of the individuals of a species in large groups for various purposes. Many animals live in groups. Some animal aggregations are temporary, others more or less permanent. So one is temporary aggregation. The term temporary aggregation is usually applied to a group of animals which come together for some external reason, and many such associations of individuals appear to be the result of random groupings or unconscious cooperation that provides some survival advantage to the group. Such associations may be sexually gregarious, combining individuals without respect to age or sex, or may be sexually gregarious, often bringing together males and females during breeding season. And the term permanent aggregation, society or social organization is usually applied to group of individuals belonging to the same species and organized in a cooperative manner. A society thus is a highly organized group of individuals of the same species in which individuals are interdependent and live together for mutual benefits. In social organizations, success is often measured in terms of survival of the colony, with individual survival having only secondary importance. And a society has many characteristics like the societies are highly organized, complex, and integrated. They possess a complex system of communication. They exhibit division of labor and caste system based on specialization. All members of a society exhibit cohesion. Members of a society show a permanence of individual composition, and animal societies show a tendency to be impermeable to concepts conspecifics that are not members of the same group. Then the dominance hierarchies. Most social animal recognize pattern of authority or dominance subordination, the relationship of the stronger to the weaker. Dominance has been defined by Van Krebelt in 1970 as a priority of access to an approach situation or of leaving an avoidance situation that one individual has over other. The ranking of individuals or dominance in a social group is established by a series of battles ranging from mock show to serious fights. In some cases, dominance is established without physical contact by aggressive posture, display of feathers, and other signals. Thus, ranking is established by aggressive behavior, sex, age, and tradition. And some characteristics of dominant subordinate behavior are: once established, a dominance hierarchy exhibits some of the following characteristics, like once dominance or ranking is established, the individuals of the social group accept the dominance of the individual and live peacefully. Individual of the highest rank gets the first choice of food and mate. The lower ranked individuals then follow. Usually, females are subordinate except red deer where female is the leader of the herd. Young are subordinate to adults. In case of a conflict, higher-ranking individual gives the formal straight display, and the lower-ranking individual assumes a submissive or appeasement posture to avoid injury. In this way, confrontations are avoided by ritualized submission. When the dominant individual becomes injured or senile, a new dominant or a leader is selected. Then leadership and home range. Uh, Leadership is a cooperative interaction among the individuals of a group in which one behaves as a leader. The leader keeps the other members of the group together when they are on the move. The leader does not enjoy a special social benefit, and there is no mutual independence of the leader and other members of the group. So leadership can be of two types. Social insects, a large number of individuals of matriarchal group, which is the leader of the which is a female as in red deer, African elephant, and the patriarchal group, in this case, leader of the group is a male as in kangaroos, hippopotamus, zebras, antelopes, and monkeys, etc. And the significance is in leadership behavior, the leader keeps the members of the group together when they are on the move, and the leadership behavior is beneficial for the group and the individuals, especially in times of emergency. Leadership behavior is common in mammals, but is also found in lizards, birds, fishes, and arthropods. And the home range, some of the characteristic features of home range of animals, like home range of an animal may vary with the age, sex, or breeding condition of the individual. The sizes of home range vary among animals. Generally, carnivores have larger home ranges than herbivores of the same body size, and home ranges are often larger for males than the females of the same species. The sedentary animals have only one home range. Some species have several home ranges that are used seasonally, perhaps in conjunction with an annual migration. Animals do not necessarily visit all parts of their home range equally, and overlapping home ranges are common in many species. Then territoriality. Many species of animals establish ownership and defend specific areas of land called territories. This is called territorial behavior or territoriality. Kaufman has defined a territory as an area in which the resident enjoys priority of access to limited resources that he or she does not enjoy in other areas. Territories, in contrast to home range, are defended and used exclusively by an individual, a pair, a family, or a small inbred group of individuals. So, some forms of territoriality are Wilson has recognized 5 forms of territorial organization. The type A large defended area within which sheltering, courtship, mating, nesting, and most food gathering occur. In type B, a large defended area within which all breeding activities take place, but which is not the site for most food gathering. In type C, a small defined area around a nest, such as, for example, many colonial birds such as ibis and herons. In type D, pairing or mating territories, for example, insects such as um, damselflies and dragonflies, birds such as sedge grouse. The type E, roosting position and shelters. For example, many species of birds, starlings, domestic pigeons. And communication. Communication means transmission and exchange of information among the members of a species. It involves sending and receiving specific, meaningful signals and is said to have occurred when an animal performs an act that alters the behavior of another organism. Such interactions are often quite specialized and usually are adaptive for one or both organisms. The accurate transmission and reception of social signals can mean life or death to an organism or its offspring. Modes of communications are chemical signals, chemicals released by an animal into the environment to evoke a certain behavior in other members of the species are called pheromones. The latter are detected by smell or taste. Then the tactile signals. When a sender of signals is in contact with the receiver, a variety of messages can be communicated by varying the frequency, pressure, and duration of contact. Tactile communication is common in courtship and mating behavior. In visual signals, specific structures indicate sex of the individual. For example, mane in lion, white rump of antelope, brilliant plumage in peafowl and pheasant. Auditory signals. In auditory signals, many animals make mating calls. Male crickets produce chirping sound by rubbing their forewings. And in electric signals, many fishes such as electric eel and electric ray have electric organs which produce electrical discharges to ward off its predators and to stun its prey. The electric organs of these fishes are of survival value to them. Thank you.